Okay, we're going to continue the bank reconciliation statement, which is we will start from the question as usual. Question 1, I will do it. Question 2, you will have to practice yourself. And alternate question, you have to do it after the class. Okay, let's we continue it. Okay, first question, prepare the bank statement. Natalie is the owner of Natalie Jewelry Store. Her business bank with any bank. The following information is available about the business current account for the month of May. So let's see what are the questions they ask for. Use this detail to prepare the Natalie Jewelry Store bank statement for the month May 2014. Use the running balance stuff, I mean using the statement format to prepare for it. Okay, most of the bank statement, what do they have is, okay, we see one, need to make it smaller. Okay. First, we write down the business name. Natalie Jewelry Store. So this statement is from who? From which bank? From any bank PLC. This is from the bank. And this bank to who? Who is the customer? Customer name is this one, Natalie. Okay. And this bank statement is for which month? So we put the header. Bank statement for the month of May 2014. Okay. We have the date, we have the transaction detail, so we put the date, detail, and the amount in the debit and credit. Debit, and the balance. So 3 columns for the dollar sign. Okay, for the detail, very subjective because depending on the individual bank. Different banks have their different practice for the detail because some banks prefer doing some different way. So it's very difficult if you have the different bank statement. Okay, you notice that their details sometimes you don't really understand. 2014, the month is May 1st. When they say positive, they put here positive. Positive means that they have the credit balance. As I said before, bank statement credit balance is referred to the cash book debit balance. So 1400. Here we have the credit balance. And next is number on 4, payment of general expenses by check. So normally is with bank, from bank point of view, they do not know what we pay for. Okay, they will only know that this is a check number. So they have their own reference, which we don't really understand. But check number is important detail that normally will appear. So you can put the check number 2727204. But what you pay for, they don't know. But in your cash book, it will write general expenses. So when you pay, in the bank statement will show in the debit side. Okay, next. On 8, bank make direct debit payment for electricity charge to interstate power. So here is a direct debit. So you can put direct debit as a short form. Direct debit pay to who? Pay to interstate, but they also don't know what you pay for actually. Now next is question 12. Payment of supplier, Lotoya Fleet by check. So the check number and the supplier name, they will know. So you put in the check number first. The check number 27205. And behind, if you want to put the name, Lotoya. Okay, so this one can be put because you have the payee name there. So you can put it in B20. Next is on 15. Cash taking will pay into the bank account. Cash taking means that actually it's a sales. Okay, but we do not know for the bank, they do not know what you putting, why you putting the money. They know this is from the cash. So 178. When we put in cash book is a debit side, bank statement will be in the credit side. Okay, next, continue 20th. Bank make standing order payment for rent to Ford Holding. This standing order, you can use SO as a short form. Standing order, who you pay to, they can put for you the supplier name or the customer name. But why you pay for it, they don't know. So you put the name and the standing order. 24. Credit transfer of fund from customer. So credit transfer from who? From Smart Jewel Limited. So same thing, credit transfer means that receive money from customer, from the Smart Jewel in the credit side. Next, on 29, bank charge. This bank charge is bank charging us. They will write it. They will put bank charge. Okay. Now here 110, or you can put charge also can. So from here we can use the Excel. What I'm always using the Excel to do my account because I can do the calculation using the formula. Then will be easier for me. Okay. Now here I would like to take notes. I want you to take notes of it. Here you notice that I have a negative sign. So when you have negative sign, in this statement, we don't put negative sign. So what we got to do is, I put 410. Okay, this one later I need to change it. This 410, I have to put debit balance. When you have positive number, you get credit balance. Except this one negative, you put debit balance. Okay, debit balance means that overdraft that we have. Then subsequently, take note that in here, to get the balance in the next year, we have to take this amount minus this amount. So this is the balance on the date of 15. On the next following, we take balance minus the debit. So we get this one, credit balance. The next following, we have 950. So 950, we take the balance plus this one that we receive the money. We also have the credit balance. Last is taking the credit balance minus debit. So we have at the end of the month of May, we still have money 1730 in the bank account. In the bank account from the point of the bank. So this is the answer for the number 1 to prepare the bank statement. So bank statement normally they have this type of columnar format. Okay, question number 2, as usual, please do the work. Question 3 and 5. 3, 5, and 7. So here, because they are asking, because normally this question all are related, so I will do one shot and show you how to do it. So for this number 3, compare a cash book with the bank statement. Refer to the situation question 1. Here is the cash book recording for Natalie Jewelry. This is a Natalie recording her own cash book. So we need to compare this book with the bank statement prepared in the question 1. And then subsequently, place a tick a long entry that appear in both documents, because that is the first step you have to take. Since that this question is in here, so I'm going to copy this one, put it to here so that we can compare side by side. Okay. So how are we going to compare to the tip? So let me see what's the information can be put. Now, in here, the balance 1,004 debit, here is credit. So this one settled. So next one also settled. We put a tick. In your exam, you put a tick tick. Okay, or you cross it up, also fine. If you decided to check debit first, then you will be in the credit side of the bank statement. So we check the banks. I check the debit side first, 1780. Here also got 1780. So these two settled. Next one, 1240. So you notice that we have debit in the cash book but not appear in here. Whereas same to this one also didn't appear in the cash book. So we don't tick. Now look at the credit, look at the debit. Put a tick for those that you see. So 32, 32, 820. So 820, 820. Okay. 740 don't have. 480, yes. 480. 480. 480. Okay, that's all. No more. Okay, this is what we have now. Okay, the next thing that we got to do is, they say that question 5, update a cash book. Refer to the information question 1 and 3. Update the cash book balance of 2,060 for Natalie. So here, which is this balance, they asked us to update the cash book. So we put in the information. So cash book. This one is referred to the bank column only. Okay. So the date, detail, and the next is that amount. So date, detail, put into column. Okay. So now we have this credit debit balance. So debit balance is June 1st. Okay, balance brought out. So the amount is 2060. Okay, the next one, 1, 2, and 3. We didn't put a tick. Now we have to update the cash book. The debit here, it will appear in the credit here. So we put June, because we are doing bank record. So just take we just want to update the new balance. So use back the same month. Okay. So what are the items that you pay for? This one, DD, Inter, Powers. Okay. So this one is we pay for the electricity. From the first question that we had, electricity. Okay. And then the amount is 670. And then 110, which is a bank charge. So bank charge. Which is the amount. Okay, put it here, just in case the space not enough. Okay. Here the amount is 110. Next is that here is the credit. So we put into here debit. Always is the opposite side. This payment is from who? From Smart Jewel Limited. So this amount 950. So all the bank statement, those that know we didn't make a tick, we have to update in the cash book. Okay. Now we calculate the new balance. So this is a balance. So to find the new balance, debit more than the credit. So we have the balance carried out in the credit side. Take the total debit minus the credit. So we have the balance. This is a new balance that we get it. Okay, now next, continue. June 1st, balance right now. So this is a new balance we get for the cash flow. Okay, subsequently, the next part, they ask to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. So using the information in here and the bank statement they provided. Bank statement, this is the bank statement amount that we get from the first question that we did. Okay, this is a bank statement. This is the cash flow. So how we want to check back why these two numbers are different. Let's assume that I will do, okay, let me put in what's the company name. Actually, okay. Bank reconciliation statement at 1st June 2014. Just check the question in the exam. See what are the date they ask you to prepare. So depending on the question, you change the date. Okay. If I start from the balance as per, okay, if you remember the notes that I given or the the slide that I'm shared before. Okay, I just put into here the slide. So this is we start from the bank statement. Or another way, we can start from the bank reconciliation statement whereby cash book. So here I start from the cash book because since that I already updated cash book. Balance as per updated cash book. So that easier for you because we already done this part. So two columns. First column, as usual, I say, always show the detail. But if you only have one item, then you straight away go to the second column. Add unpresented check. Okay, what is the unpresented check? From here, look at the cash book. We have this one, super gym. Okay, so put into super gym. And the check number, don't forget to put down the check number at the back, 27260. Okay. And the amount, because it's only one item in this question, we straight away put into the second column. If you have more items, then you put into the first column. So we add these two first. Okay, after that, less uncredited amount. So what is the uncredited amount? Which is in the debit side. The debit side, only one item we didn't credit. So this is a sales. So put sales. And the amount is 1240. And now we get 2970 minus 12. And you notice that this amount, which is equal to the bank statement. These two amounts must be the same. So when you have credit, you will get positive number. From which point of view? How we going to remember from which point of view we are doing on it? If I start from the cash book, okay, actually I'm standing from the bank point of view. Bank point of view to look into the transaction here. If the cash book has 2230, I add unpresented check because from the bank point of view, bank has not received this money, has not made payment, sorry, not this, has not made payment for this bank, this one, bank has not made payment. So means that bank statement should have more amount compared to cash book. So that's why we add unpresented check. Whereas in here, stand from the bank's point of view. This bank has not get the money put into their account yet. So to them, they have the lesser money. So this one, bank has not received the amount. So therefore, bank statement should have lesser money compared to cash book. This stands from the bank statement point of view to do the reconciliation. If you start from the bank statement, then you stand from the cash book to look into this bank statement. So depending on which way you prefer, then you can do it. There are two ways to do this bank reconciliation. Either you want to start from the bank statement or start from the cash book, up to individual. So as usual, question 3, 5, 7 done. Question, this will be your homework. Okay, and this question 2 also your homework. Okay, now next question 9. Okay, here I was 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let me do one more question, which is question 9. Because I have to split it into few recording in order to upload the file. Okay, so now question 9, they are given us the bank statement and they also given us the cash book, and they ask us to compare the two records, tick all the items that appear above, update the cash book, prepare the bank reconciliation statement dated 1st November. So let's see what are the items we have here. Okay, first of all, check your opening. See whether 4310 same or not. So these two are same. So we cut it out. Okay, and then here also I cut it out. So settle one. Now next is, if I want to check the debit in the bank statement, so I have to check the credit in the bank statement. So I check the debit first. 2730. 2730. So means that both also appear. So I'm going to cut it out. So I cut it out. Then this one also I cut it out. Okay. The next one, 240. 240. Here don't have 240. And then 630. 630. So there are 630. So I cut here 63. And then also I cut here. Okay, now next is 550. Here don't have 550. So 1480, 1480. So that means they are the 1480, 1480, 1480. Okay. Now the next is 820, 820, 820. Okay, so done the credit in the cash book and debit in the bank statement. So now we continue with the credit side. 1640, 1640. That means we both sides also got. So we cut it out first. Okay, and then the next one we also have to cut out. Okay, now the next one, 1890, 1890. So you notice that here 18901 what they write cash and the check. So cash and the check actually they are referring to these two amounts. These two added up equal to 1890. So we cut it out. So you have to see the detail sometime in order to make sure that the amount is correct. So here 490 didn't put in, 50 also didn't put in. So this one also didn't put in. So done for the checking for the both document. The next one, they asked to update the cash book balance. So what we can do is we update the cash book balance. So we put into here. Cash book bank column would be date here. So what is the balance on the November 1st? So balance breakdown, which is 2250. Okay, what are the items not cut or not crossed out? That means we have to update. In the bank statement, what are the items? In the credit side, here you have a check. Now, this is a charge. This is a charge 1240. This one, we have one item, which is on the, or put November 1st. Okay, put bank charge. Okay. Bank charge. And the amount is 240. Okay, the next one, 550. Here, this one we pay to first name called Regional Telecom. So normally this type of payment, if logic thinking, this should be the telephone charge. So I assume this is a telephone charge. I put telephone charge. Okay. Now put in the 550. Okay, the next one, sorry, 550. So the next item, no more, that's all, two items only. Now in the credit side, we have also two items, which is this one 49 and 50. So here I put from who? This is credit transfer from MD Saran. So this is should be the trade receivable 490. And then another one, interest. This is an interest received because this is in the credit side, should be interest received. 50. So now we have no other entry to be made. So we can start to calculate what are the debit and the credit balance. So if the debit more than the credit, so we have the debit balance. So balance, carry down. So this is the new balance that we get for the updated cash book. Here, balance brought down 2000. So in the exam, they will prepare all the columns for you. You just need to fill in the detail. Okay, the date, detail, and the amount. Now next, they ask to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. Bank reconciliation statement for at 1st November 2014. So here I put two columns, just in case there are more items. So start from the balance as updated cash book. So because we already start with the cash book, so we start with the cash book first. So 2000, this is a debit. Add unpresented check add unpresented check. So which one is unpresented check? In the question in here, we have 1, 2. We have 2 items unpresented. So what we pay for electricity, which is the check number is 447803. And then L Thomas, which is the check 447806. So here is 490, here is 810. So okay, let's move to here. As I say, if you have detail more than 1, so you put in the first column, add the subtotal because it's only 2 items. So we get the, so add, because this is stand from the bank point of view. Bank have not paid this money, so bank should have more money compared to the cash flow. Now next, less uncredited amount. So which one is uncredited amount? In here, this is a sales that we make, but not yet put into the bank. So sales 1370. So take 330 minus 1370. So we get balance 1930. So when we can get this amount, okay, balance as per bank statement. Once we can get this amount, okay, this amount same to the, this amount equal to the this. It means that our bank reconciliation statement should be correct, should be no problem. Okay, so that is a detect point. But in the exam, in case you cannot get this amount, put in back bank statement amount. Don't change the document they given to you because not allowed. Because this is also carry a mark for your answer. Okay, so we will stop in here. So question 10, I need you to do as a homework. Try to practice the question. Okay. Now question 11, 12 at the rest. I will do it another recording. Okay. Thanks for watching.